So, what do we do?
Yeah. So, hi Arun.
Hello.
I'm going to ask a few questions to you around generative AI. Are you ready?
Yes.
Which is your favorite Gen AI tool?
Gen AI tool for today, of course, all this chat GPT, perplexity. I can't imagine a day without these tools. There was a day where we couldn't live without Googling, but I feel a day without chat GPT or perplexity is very difficult. Yeah.
Do you think Google search is dead?
Not actually, because there are still certain aspects, and they are also evolving over time by adding these AI modes,
Yes.
and they have a very strong infrastructure with their TPUs and all of that. So I think when that world is also constantly evolving, I don't think it is a lost game. The thing is how they are pivoting the story to continue further and stay relevant is important. I think Google is doing a great job there. Yeah.
Which is your favorite vibe coding tool?
ChatGPT, of course.
If you could automate one aspect of your life, personal life, with an agent, what would that be?
Automating. Ah,
Or like make an agent to do
Rep-
that work?
replying to household chores and the requests, right? So I think that is one of the most important things I would want to do, given that it's very hard to catch up. And also nowadays, what I'm doing is the nighttime lullabies. Last 1 year, I have been opening ChatGPT. Now it automatically identifies my daughter Aditi and says, "Aditi, hi, how are you?" They start conversing in a local language, and gone are the days where I say stories and she sleeps. I make them talk and I sleep and they are. That's the change, and I've already done that, by the way.
So, yeah, you've already done that. Great job. So, what's the wildest use case of AI that you've come across recently?
Yeah, so the one which involves building a full-fledged crown jewel legal contract, right, where you have secrets about all the way the business runs and how the companies make money. There was a maturity level where we were allowed to even build such a use case. So, can we build a full-fledged legal contract from the scratch using legal confidential data in and a confidential data out? And if this was even approved in a very highly sensitive and a regulated setup like that of pharma world I hail from, that's the maturity highest level. At least I have seen and I have personally got my hands dirty in doing things, and there's a lot of excitement from the top as well to invest in such projects. So that's the
That,
changed world we are talking about. Yeah.
that's like a really cool thing. Maybe after this, I'm going to take the case study from you so that I can also read about it.
Sure. Most welcome.
What's one Gen AI myth that you would want to break today?
That this is one single sauce, magic sauce for all your problems. So I'm a data scientist myself, and this is the 17th year. So I know what it takes to really solve a problem, how to have a business in the loop, and we should not just trust the LLMs alone, because only when you know what the data is saying, right, will you be able to validate what the LLM is doing in the solution you are building. So treat this like a slave. It's a hard word. Treat it like a slave, but you still be the boss and you empower, you co-create the solution along with the business together. So I think this is the myth, and of late there have been a lot of 1 hour courses, there have been a lot of 5-minute YouTube videos. Only when the rubber touches the road we really get to know what would work and what will not. So that's the biggest myth I would like to bust. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the hardest part of building a knowledge graph from data?
Hardest part, the domain knowledge is the hardest part, and defining that schema, right schema. Trust me, when you have the right schema in place, I had to do some multiple iterations to get the DHS graph out. Once that is mined, of course there are tools for automatic schema mining. Then you add your manual effort to that. So you get to 80% quickly with the help of an LLM. Then you add the touches to that 20%. In a practical setup, you have business guys in the loop, right? So you will be able to build that together, and once that is set, it's set for life. That's why we call as ontologies, right? You build these ontologies and keep them. If you are working on standard problems like, let's say, gene therapy, protein mining, let's say finding newer molecules which will solve for cancers and all these drugs, right? This knowledge graph will be very helpful, and the best part is this can be constantly evolving over time, right?
Yes.
With the newer discoveries we have. So it's a steep curve, but once you reach the curve, you have a plateau, which is going to be elevating you compared to any other levels you are.
So now coming to the rapid fire.
Yes.
Agentic AI, is it a hype or a real deal?
Reality, for sure.
Will AI replace software engineers?
Not really. I don't believe that. That's where software engineers do vibe coding nowadays. So get smarter with the vibe coding. Yeah.
Yeah. Open source models or closed source models?
It depends. Very honestly, it depends. In an enterprise setup, if you want quick wins, use closed source APIs. But if you are a researcher wanting to build things on your own, something like if my kid cries, I want to understand what is the reason behind that cry. you can easily mine for all the kids which have been crying, and you can find the reasoning, and you will be able to predict, oh, the kid is crying because of so and so reason. There is an ant bite and not a hunger. So this is how you can use a open source model for personal projects, but researchers should definitely use to open source models. Yeah.
Do you think we will achieve AGI by 2030?
I strongly believe in these parts. I am a believer of this technology, and being there and doing that, I can't say no. And I'm also thrilled to see how it's like emerging. Yeah.
So now you have to pick one.
Yes.
5 agent, like a team of 5 agents or a team of 5 humans.
Definitely a team of 5 humans who can build thousands of agents.
That was a smart one. Pick one: OpenAI, Grok, Gemini, or Claude.
OpenAI.
Which team are you in? Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Satya Nadella, or Sundar Pichai?
Very well. So I think it's I'm with Sam for all practical purposes, right? And also a lot of synergies with Satya as well. Given the fact I'm putting things in production with Azure, and this is where the best of two worlds come.
Yeah.
So I get quickly my hands dirty with OpenAI, and the next day it's there on Azure world. So that's how I run my shows at enterprises. So it's two gentlemen, yeah.
If you want to give one advice to someone who's trying to build a career in Agentic AI, what would that be?
Get your fundamentals right. Do not read these models as black box models. Always be aware of the challenges that one would run into. Think of deployment from day one. Always keep human in the loop. Ensure that strong validation metrics are there in place. Don't look for standard matrices that are out there. Build your own metrics. Leaderboard the models on your own. Don't rely on what works for your friend, and you build your own leaderboard and choose that. And ensure that you celebrate wins, because if you wait for an opportunity to celebrate, you don't get that. There is already a next week. There is another better model. The one that should have been celebrated is a lost opportunity. So this is my advice to anyone.
Thank you so much, Arun, for your time. It was wonderful talking
It's
to
wonderful
you.
interacting. Great
Yes.
questions, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.